Hello, Madonna. I don't think you guys are able to see me too well. I'm just testing my EpiFan. I think I got it to act right. So you guys can't really see me too well. Hold on. Nah, you guys still can't see me too well. I gotta turn on the other light. But I think you're able to hear me. But the only reason why I'm doing this is because I had a little issue with my webcaster logging on. It seems to be logging on right now, and I guess everything is cool. I just turned my tablet on, so I got to make sure the stream is correct also. It'll show me in a few seconds. Of course, the ads are going on. Okay, it looks like it's doing all right, but that's why I'm here. You can probably hear Norgus talking because I'm looking at her as I'm doing this, so I'll turn her down. So basically, that's why I'm doing this. Like I say, it's just a test. Well, the image is dark because I have no light on. Hold on for a second. I'll turn the light on in 1 second. I got to do this with the yardstick because of where I'm standing. So hold on 1 second. Let me click on the overhead light. All right, you guys should be able to see me now. All right, you guys should be able to see me. I got all sorts of stuff bumping and clicking around here. Okay, I guess I can take that off. Of course, it's the wrong one. Switch. It was the wrong one. Sorry about that. There we go. Okay. Hello, J. Marie. I'm just testing out the live stream. I had to, because I usually use my unit to get on YouTube, and it wasn't working. So I just had to switch to acrylic oil painting tips and techniques. So I guess that might be the title, who knows. But I can change that up later on. But this is just a test to make sure at least it's going right. And that way I don't have to finagle and use Streamlabs and this and that. So everything seems to be working okay. Hello, Aurora, how are you? No live stream today. I was just testing out my webcaster to make sure everything is cool because I had a little issue. YouTube does this. It's not really my equipment. I just have to put it on acrylic and oil painting tips and techniques. So I'm gonna have to learn to do it in the YouTube live stream setup and prepare it that way. And it seems to have done it with no problem. I did not need to change the key or anything, but I had to reset the stream key. Usually when I reset the stream key, that usually works for it, but it didn't this time. So I had to actually put it in the destination that it was originally meant for. So, and that's fine too, because I can always change the title once it's over. But I'm on just to make sure everything is cool. I guess I can have you guys follow me for a second. But usually well, I'll just have you pan around with me while I get stuff prepared here. I don't know what I was gonna really do tonight. I have a pre-made live stream, so that doesn't really matter. I thought I had more of these. I guess I don't. So we'll follow me back around to the board here. I thought I had more, could have swore I had more Thought I had more watercolor sheets, but I don't. But that's okay. Like I said, I don't know what I'll do if I do anything. Well, I got a live, or not a live, but I pre-recorded one. I'll be in the chat room tonight anyway. So I don't know if I'll do anything with this or whatever. I'll just set it up here. At least I can get it prepared. So whatever I want to do, I'll do something. So, but now that I have it on and I'm looking at it, now you guys just get to see me prepare and do stuff. I'll probably delete this anyway. But like I say, it's just a test. I go through the test every once in a while. I take it you guys can hear me pretty good too, now that I turn the mic on. Right? Everything seems to be cool. Nobody's talking. I've only been on for going on. The sound is clear. Thank you, Madonna. I do appreciate it. My cat's freaking out. You ever have a cat that just like run and bounce and jump for no apparent reason? That's what mine is doing right now. Like I said, I don't know what I'm going to do with what I got here. I'm actually, believe it or not, pretty much all caught up with everything. So this is when I start painting just to paint. Like I said, you guys get to see me do this. The camera obviously is not in the correct position, but it gives me room to do what I got to do here. This is double. I have two sheets glued to each other. That's what I was trying to say. So it prevents it from bowing and everything. My camera is a little close. And I think I got the zoom as far back as I can for where it's positioned. So I usually use clear tape, or I'll just use the 1/2" masking tape for it. I used to, a while back, I used to just do my art stuff standing up. I just gotta be careful I'm not bouncing any or stepping on any wires or whatever. I'm just moving the camera stand so I can move it back a little bit. You guys see what the heck I'm doing here. There you go. Forgive the noise. Hello. Hey, boss. Why are you calling me? Ian.
Hello.
How you doing?
Where did that go?
Where do?
Trying to find the call. Oh, there you are.
Yeah, actually, I'm talking to you while I'm live here.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
I was watching you live. I was just saying. I was trying to look at your board.
Oh.
Yeah. That's a fucking delay. I'm all right.
Yeah, I'm just running the test because my unit was for some reason it does this. It's the Epiphan, the YouTube. Wow. It looks like you got a busy morning. Yeah, sometimes my webcaster, it will not get into the that delay is crazy.
I'm trying to do a simple call. What's going on here? Where is the call? There it is. Yeah, because I was trying to look at the thickness of your panel there.
Oh, okay. The page or the board itself?
I'll fill that one down. Okay, you there, Anthony?
All right. No, this is just, you're talking about the paper. I just glued the 2 sheets of 150 pound.
Oh, I thought it was a foam board.
Yeah. No, it's not the foam board. This is just watercolor paper. I just glued 2 sheets together.
Oh.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I got the foam.
I did some editing and I saw you come on. I thought, oh, what I'll do is I'll try and send you a phone call at the same time to see if it works.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because no one knows that I'm talking to you. And let's see. For you guys who are wondering, this is my buddy Ian. Ianapolis. He's on the phone with me right now. He was wondering about the paper.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is actually, it's just a test because for some reason I had to assign my webcaster to acrylic and oil painting tips and techniques. And once I did that, everything popped in. This is a YouTube doing, it's not my stuff. And they do it every once in a while. Yeah, I look on the message boards and it's the same issue.
Because your little screen was really crisp and clear, where now you've taken your little screen away. It's a little bit, it's still clear, but it's a bit washed looking. It's not as clear as the little screen was.
I'm putting the focus on right now. Yeah, it's washed because I am using the direct overhead light. So I got the main light on and I'm right under it. So.
Oh no, I think what I was, like when when you had the little camera on and you took it away.
Oh yeah.
That was a clear quality camera than the one you're using now.
Oh, you're talking. Yeah, you're talking.
Sharp and,
yeah, you're talking about the Logitech.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know which one it was.
Yeah.
You had the little box there at the top right.
Right. I can. That. Oh no, I can't. Hold on.
I was just, but the one you're in now is still clear as well. It's pretty good.
Oh yeah. I just keep forgetting. Hold on. Because I can bring the box back like that, and then I can just tab it, switch it.
So you're going to paint standing up today, are you? Or are you going to sit down?
Oh no, I was just running the test, and now you're looking at me with from the what used to be the little cam. This is the this is the webcam, the Logitech webcam. Yeah. So now that I got it pointed toward the light, because I'm dark skinned and I'm wearing something dark, now I'm backlit, just angling it that way. But when I put it back down, I go back. See?
You look at your little screen you just put on.
Yeah.
That's clear. That's what you should have as your big camera. That's really clear.
Yeah, it is. It's very clear. And I can mount this on a tripod.
To look at your canvas, because that one's sharper.
Yeah, it is. It's super clear. It's full 1080p. That one.
Right. Yeah. Your ceiling. I mean, fair enough. You got light behind you, so you're silhouetting in front of the camera there. But
Right.
Just,
Yeah, because if I stand up, I'll.
yeah. Look at that. That's clear as buggery, mate.
Yeah, it is. It's very clear.
You've got dark skin. Gee whiz, I didn't know that.
Oh yes, very, very dark.
Yeah.
So if, wow.
No, that was the missus trying to call. I keep banging up on her because I'm talking to a client.
That's hilarious, dude. This whole stream is hilarious. So now I might just keep it up, just to laugh. But yeah, this one here, this camera here is the bomb, man. This little,
Well,
yeah.
I'm just doodling around. I'll let you go. But if you need to call me, I'm here anyway. If you needed to check anything while you're still live.
Oh, no problem, boss. But I do appreciate it.
That's all right.
Bye bye.
See ya.
That was because I'm talking to you with this camera. That was Ian from Australia, Ian Harris. And yes, he calls me, and yes, I do call him. So that's who was on. Because he was curious about he thought it was foam board that I had on the board here. I'm gonna switch the camera back around so I can stop stooping here. So just give me 1 second. There. And let's get rid of the box for a second here. There. Okay, I can stand back up now and talk to you. But that's what he was inquiring about. He thought it was a foam board, but I have the foam board with I'll show you guys that too and how I did that, since I'm live and I'm doing this already. But I'm just getting this prepared. Not really painting anything because I have to leave in a little bit. I'm tethered to this mic. Now this mic is going to be about 30 feet long. This fellow right here. But I got it wrapped up, so I can only move so far because I usually don't stand and I usually don't walk around with a mic tied to my chest. So that's why. There. Like I say, this is pretty much how I prepare for you guys every Wednesday or anytime I decide to go live. This is what I go through. I have a side light right here, okay, which is usually popped on, and it gets rid of the shadow that you see on my hand there, so it gets rid of that. Then I have the larger light back here, right here, and it's behind this, so the glare isn't too strong, because when I put the glycerin on, it's very reflective and very bright, and it gives you a hot spot. Okay, as you may have noticed, the screens back here you go, these guys here, the shades, the light, the windows. I'll get used to the English language pretty soon, but the windows here, I got the windows all the way around here, as you can see. Okay, the windows in the back of the camera, I have to shut those because of my dark skin, especially with this camera right here. All right, that's the Logitech C950 or something like that. This is the one I did have on. It is super sharp, it is super clear, but it's extremely light sensitive. So if I'm backlit, all you're gonna see is a black spot in my teeth. That's about it, because of my dark skin. So I have to shut those so the camera can adjust the lighting and everything itself. Okay, so it has its own setting. All right, so it's not pre-made setting. All right. Hey, Paul, what's going on, man? How you doing, Paul? It's good to see you. I'm just running a test, so I don't have to hook up. Can you guys see it from over there? Nope. Yeah, you guys can. There it is. I don't have to hook the laptop up here. Okay, and this is the capture card that I would hook the. This is the capture card I would hook the laptop to. Okay, hook the cameras to. All right, I have a camera right here that takes a side view of the palette if I wanted to. Okay, it's got the adjustable arm. I can turn it and all of that stuff. So I got enough cameras and everything. It's just that trying to get a really good viewpoint for you guys. But this is my regular setup. Okay, the camera that you guys usually look at when I do the palette is right there, which has an arm on it. I just got the curtain covering it, but it has a smaller arm. It goes out about a foot, and I can turn it any direction I want. A long time ago, I used to use this guy. See it sticking out the wall there? All right, that goes out about 4 feet. Or it's not even stretched out. It can stretch out way over here. Okay, way back there. So I just don't use it. I just placed it over there just to get it out of my way. But it can reach over to look at the palette if I wanted it to. All right. So the painting you see behind me here, I always gotta use my opposite hand. This guy right here, that will be. Hey, Chrissy, that will be for a Zoom meeting on Home Artist Academy. They wanted to learn how to do a wave, so I got to send her information. I got to go opposite there. Actually, I want to just turn the camera away from me. Anyway, it's that painting right there. That painting will be for Home Artist Academy. I will do this one. That guy. Pop the focus on real quick. That one will be done in a couple weeks. I'll show them how to do that. That's not as difficult as it may look, because a lot of that foam and water stuff is nothing but a palette knife. Okay. A few simple strokes and brush techniques, and you can do the same exact thing, have it look just like that. The emphasis is more on the wave, not really the clouds or the mountains in the back or anything. That's just, I just threw that in there. Okay, because she's an excellent floral painter, but she always wanted to know how to do landscapes, seascapes, stuff like that. Her specialty is really, sorry about that, her specialty is really florals. Okay, now I'm over 6 feet, long arms, long legs, and so you guys see it kind of blinking out on me there. It's because I keep moving something. Don't know, I think I touched something with my hand, because I got controls on where the screen is that I'm looking at. You know, you can flip the screen out and turn it anyway, but they got controls under there, and my long spider fingers end up touching a control or something. So that's why you see it blank out like that. So I try not to mess with it too much. I forgot today was Columbus Day. Someone bought a painting last night, and I'm like, yeah, I'll ship it off to you and send you the receipt through Messenger. I drive to the post office, it's locked. So I had to ask my neighbor, well, one, I didn't hear any school buses. So I'm like, what, is there a holiday today? Because for the post office to be closed, it's gotta be a major holiday. So it's Columbus Day here in the States. So yeah, what do you know? I'm not, I got no kids in school, they're grown. So I don't know. I don't keep up with all of that anymore. So, oh yeah, we're getting all the guys out today. But it's good to see you. So, we spent 23 minutes so far just watching me run my mouth and getting stuff set up. Let me show you guys what I was talking to Ian about here. I'll have you follow me for a little bit. Oh, I'll take the bigger one. You guys will see the bigger one a little bit better. Okay. So, what we were talking about, Ian and I, is this is foam board. There, that's foam board. I cut it in half and whatnot. All right, as you can see, it's 11 by 14. I just cut it and then I just glue. This is a canvas roll. I just use adhesive glue. And I use, this is my favorite. I will stick with this. It costs a little more, but it's worth it. Gorilla Glue. This stuff works excellent. So I spray the foam board, then I spray the canvas, lay it there. I cut it. Okay, take a scissors or an X-Acto knife or whatever, carpet knife. I cut it, and even this one here I have to trim when I get ready to use it, because you get that little flapper there. I just take it, cut it. But it's 11 by 14. I can cut it to whatever size I'm looking for, and it stays. It's canvas. I'll probably start gessoing these canvases too, and they don't take long. But I got many of them. Some of them are 9 by 12s. I have a couple 8 by 10s, which are way too small for me. I'm just used to 11 by 15 and larger. So when I did 9 by 12s or whatever, I'm looking at them and I'm like, can't use this. It's too small. So I'm just not used to painting on something that tiny, so I end up doing big florals or something to cover it up. All right, I got a lot of these too. I might as well show you guys these because I really have to do something with them. Some of these have been sticking around here for a year and I haven't done anything with them. And these are actual canvas, but for some of you know, I used to do a lot of acrylic pours, and so this one got a cut mark on it, so I really got to do something with these guys. But I do something like this. And these are acrylic pours. Okay. And they've been, like I said, they've been sitting around for a little while. I gotta pick up my script liner that I dropped last night. I got them in all different colors, all different shapes. They've all been varnished and everything. But they've just been sitting there because I had nothing to really do with them. Okay. I kind of like this one, the maroon one. I've been having stuff sit on them, which is not very good. They've just been sitting here out of the way. And then I got the black and white one, which I find utterly fascinating. Okay. You can see the little cells in them here, you know. This one's very reflective, so I gotta be careful there. Okay, look like two creatures spitting on each other or something. But I'll do something with them. I don't know what. But they've been sitting here, like I say, for a while. I took one, I made a floral out of it. It was an orange one, and I put bubbles on it. You know, stuff like that. So I'll do something with that. There, I'll put that back. Some of the smaller ones I've gotten rid of. I just painted over them. No, mines are bumpy. They have texture on them, especially that black and white one. Extremely bumpy. But I just use it to my advantage. I'll put, I don't know. I think one that I did, I called it Cheech and Chong's Campgrounds or something like that. That one was pretty bumpy. I just put a woodland scene in it and call it a day. I just used the background to do the clouds for the clouds, and then when I did the stream, I just left it open. All right, so it looks like a little stream reflection, and that was that. So, yeah. But like I said, this is just a test, so I don't have to really take all this stuff apart anymore until a couple of weeks from now. I'll use the laptop for the Zoom, because I have to do that wave painting on Zoom, and I have to use the laptop for Zoom. So I have my choice of whatever camera to use for that. I don't have to have 3 cameras going for Zoom. All they need to do is hear me and just look at the board. They don't need anything else, because I'm just doing pure instruction on how to do it. So the laptop in a couple of weeks will be moved back over here. I'm gonna put it back in its rightful little spot and keep it there. So that's basically why I'm doing all of this. And like I say, I don't have to really take, now that I know what to do, I don't have to take my my Ethernet cable out of the webcaster anymore, because I finally got it straight. But when I do use Zoom, I have to be hardwired into my router. The Wi-Fi signal here is terrible. Thanks, Chrissy. Hey, Pittsburgh. I seen that you were on, or you had a pre-recorded one, but I'm messing with this thing, and plus I was at the post office, but I did see you come on. I was gonna come and say hey, but when I got stuff going on, it's Monday. Usually on a Monday, it's my quote-unquote do nothing day, but it's a perfect day for me to do what you're seeing me do right now, which is trying to get stuff straightened up and get it ready. Like I said, I got a Zoom meeting to do in a couple weeks, and so I have to plan like right now just to get everything straight and tested, so I don't run into any hiccups and get everything straight. Like I say, Chrissy, I was talking, and you weren't on, or you weren't here, but I was talking to Ian. He had given me a call while I was on, so we had to deal with the delay issues, because I heard me as he's listening to me. So there's that delay, and I'm talking to him in real time. So we're both laughing, and he's trying to turn stuff down, but he's also getting a call at the same time, because he's talking from his phone. So you can imagine how loud a phone ring is. When it was crazy. It was definitely a Bud Abbott and Lou Costello moment. Oh, Chrissy, you don't feel well. Okay. Yeah, sit down, lay down, go to sleep, rest, be well. But I shall catch you on the flip side, Chrissy. It's good to see you, though. Thanks for popping in for a little bit. I do appreciate it, but yes, get well. Yeah, my daughter bought me this shirt when she went to Potsdam College, and of course I stained it up pretty good. She's like, Dad, it's what it's meant for. It's your painting jersey now. I'm like, okay, whatever. Well, she can see I put it to good use. I got paint splatters over stuff that really shouldn't have paint splatters over them, including my electronic gear. But you know, some rubbing alcohol. It's acrylic. Rubbing alcohol and a soft towel that gets rid of all of that stuff. Like it's never been touched before, so it's all good. Well, Paul, I think it's better for the simple fact that if for mailing purposes, because stretch stuff, the canvas board here, the foam board is extremely light. So when it comes to postage, you can send something twice this size. It won't cost you as much because of the postage. So it really helps you out on postage. One, it's very durable. Okay, it's not going anywhere, and it's just very light, extremely light. So you know, I can hold about 10 of these and 10 or more of these in my one hand, and it's very light. It won't weigh as much as those canvases there, the stretch canvas. So in that aspect, yeah, when it comes to shipping and sending them somewhere, and plus they're so light. I mean, you know, you can thumbtack it to a wall or whatever, or just have it sit on the tacks, or you know, they're very easy to place on your wall and whatnot. So, and they're very, very, very light and very sturdy. So in that aspect, yeah. Plus, if people are used to painting on kind of a solid surface, you don't have that little bit of give that one of these would do because of that board in the back there. So you know, it doesn't have that little give. Even though you can spray the back of this, it'll sound like a drum. But it all depends on what you like, what you need, what you're looking for. Like I say, because this, I gotta go opposite here. You know, this got that wood, the stretch part he's talking about there. You know, they stretch it and they staple it. And this has been this is gessoed and everything. They come like that and whatever. So it's really according to preferences. All right, I'm not really used to being, like I say, being tethered and walking around with a wire, because my cable is set to me sitting down, not for me standing up. So with my long arms, I'll forget that this thing's only got about a foot or so of a give, and then I'll hit it with my hand. So, but yeah, I like the doing it myself. Because I can do it to whatever size, and I try to stick to regular frame sizes. So if people want to frame them, it's you just get them at the store or whatnot. If I start doing really weird, unusual sizes, it's kind of difficult to get frames for them unless you actually have a frame made, which could cost a whole lot more than the painting that you paid for. So I try my best to stick with the pre-made frame sizes. So you just go to Walmart or go to whatever store, get your frame that matches it to your liking, and then there you go, instant photo with a frame ready for it. So yeah. Anybody got any other questions? It was pre-recorded. I thought so. All right, yeah, but I know you would be in the chat. I would have said hello, but as life would have it, you know, I had to do a little traveling. But like I say, since I don't have to mess with the Zoom now that I know that I can just regularly get on YouTube now, I can take this thing and put it in this rifle spot and not have to deal with it until 2 weeks from now, because I know that everything works. And so I'm just taking the there. Let's see what else is. I gotta see what else is tethered to this thing on the mouse. So I'm just putting it all back. Put it back to its rightful spot. And then I don't have to mess with it until 2 weeks from now, which is a beautiful thing. And since it's right behind the camera, of course, I'd rather not move the camera. I'll just set it right here, out of the way. Of course, the wire to my mouse is right here, so I'll put it underneath the desk. There. That solves that issue. I just got to remember that my chair is over the power cord. And that just makes for bad press. Because I have been known to trip over it and knock it straight over. All right. What about quality? No, it's all good, Paul. Oh, canvas is canvas. It's the same canvas. It's just one is stretched over wood and the other one's just glued to a foam board. It's still the same canvas, same type of canvas. It's just the roll. This is all canvas. This is it right here. I just got it taped, but this is the canvas. This is the back end. That's the front end. White, obviously, brown. Okay, and I just cut it to whatever size, but it's still the same canvas. It's just one's on wood, the other one's on foam board. But as you can see, nice roll. And so when I run out, I'll just get more foam board and stuff. I've cut some smaller pieces because of the remnants of the foam board. I really don't want to throw them out, so I'll just get them and I'll just cut them, spray glue them, and those are the ones you probably, if you've seen my photos already, you'll see that I used I did like a wood scene with one and something with the other one, but they're hanging on the wall. I think I did a long floral, a orangey red background with a bunch of white flowers, white poppies and stuff. But that's hanging on the wall over there, so I don't waste anything. So, but like I say, this is like the perfect time for me to actually stand around here and do this because I'm all caught up with everything. Somebody said something about zombies here. One of ours does that. We call it the zombies. You must be talking about the cats. Any other questions? Oh, Pittsburgh, if you're still here, that issue you have with your camera, because what it does, if you're still here, hopefully you're still here. Hello, Beth, how are you? Your camera, it's not your Epiphan, your webcaster, it's your camera. Your camera tends to go after a certain amount of time. It goes into what is called display mode. So it just shows the consumer what the camera can do. And yours tend to do that every time you're on. You can shut it off. You have to go into the settings. Probably it would say something like display mode or something like that. Whatever, it's a setting that you shut on or you just shut it off. And yours, you just haven't found out yet how to shut it off, but it's right in your settings. And then you probably got a touch screen camera like I have. Then you just look through it and you just shut it off, and then you won't have any more issues like that. Because as long as it's hooked to the webcaster, the only thing you have to do really is just turn your camera on. You don't have to record nothing unless you're going to record. Then you really don't need the webcaster on at all. You just need to record it. Because that's what I do with my pre-recorded stuff. The very same camera I'm looking at you with, I just press the record button. I press the record button on the other one, and I just record right to its either its hard drive or the card that I have it in. I just record it to the card, take the cards out, put it in the computer, and I do all my editing there. These two cameras don't ever leave the room. They're here just for that purpose, both of these. So when I do my pre-recorder stuff, I just do it that way. But when I go live, I just turn them on. All right, see, I can either use this camera or I can use one of the DSLR cameras. And now that I got a capture card, I can just do it off the laptop if I got to do a Zoom meeting. But yeah, that's what's going on with it. And it's going to happen to you. Just shut it off. You just have to open it up, look in the menus. Okay, and you'll see it there. It's going to say show display, or it's going to say display mode. All right, anything with mode or whatever on it, shut it off and you won't have that. Now if your camera has an automatic shut off, it will give you a time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or off. All right, and you shut the automatic shutdown, just turn it off. You'll just be the one in control of turning your camera on and off. And your camera does that for a reason of maybe heat, okay, or if it's been on too long, or draining the battery if it's not hooked to a cable, a socket. Both of mine are plugged in and hooked all the time. Not very good if you got a outside battery, all right, because it's going to depend more and more on that wire than on the battery itself. But that's all right, because that's all I use these cameras for. They don't go out anywhere, so I could just have them permanently just powered up. Because sometimes maybe at 2 in the morning I might just have the inspiration to paint something, all right, and all I gotta do is just turn them on, and then that will be that. But I already so made up in my mind that these cameras aren't going anywhere, so it's all right for them to be plugged in. So it's all good. So, okay, I see that you were here. So, yep, all that info was for you. Okay, because when it does that and you're still talking, you don't realize it until you turn around and you notice that it's in display mode again. I'm just sitting there laughing like, well, she hasn't found it yet. Poor lady, she hasn't found it yet. Nah, gotcha, Paul. No, and I'm gonna tell you why. With this foam board, okay, with the expanding and contracting, because of the strength of that glue, it's not going nowhere. And you also have to be mindful of the size of the foam board, so that something like that doesn't happen. And what it will do, depending on with the strength of the glue, is that since the glue is on the foam board, you put the acrylic on there, and if it tends to contract because of the heat, actually it expands because of the heat. It contracts when it's cold. What it's going to do is that flat surface, okay, will start to bow. So it's going to your canvas will take a U shape. Okay, and that's what happened with my acrylic pours when I did the pours on the foam board, because I wanted to see what will happen to it. Okay, and what happened to it is that when it starts to dry, the paint starts to dry and evaporate. It pulls on the board and on the canvas, and it'll start to bow, like so, and it'll stay like that even when it's dry. And you know, I got stuff that weigh over 200 pounds. I just pick it up, put the board under it, just let it stay flat, flip it over, you know, where it's bowed at, and just flatten it out. Keep it there for a few hours or whatever. Come back, pick it up, pull it out, and it's flat. But usually, if it's bowed, it will not bow to the point where you can't put it in the frame. All right, but it does. It have a little U shape. But anything else, any regular type of painting where you're not like soaking it in acrylic, no, it does not bow, doesn't warp, doesn't twist, none of that, nothing. And once again, it depends on what size you're painting with. Even if that's like 9 by 12 or anything, stuff like that, no, it's not gonna bow on you. If you go 18 by 20, it depends on how much paint you got on there and what you're using it for. But I have not had any of them bow or bend or twist on me yet. Yep, I understand. I truly understand. It being all new to you, I was new to it too. So, but nope, it will not crinkle, won't bow, won't turn, twist, any of that. Not at all. And I have painted on foam board without the canvas on it, and I have no twists, no folds, no bends, no crinkles, no cracks, nothing, not a thing. So, and I've put them through their little test. The only time that it's ever bent or bowed is when I used a foam board for acrylic pour. That's the only time it ever bent on me. So, yeah. Anybody else? Any questions? I'm just starting to put stuff away here. Don't need this yet, so let's turn this back around. Now I can look at you guys chat with me on the monitor or on the big screen here. So if you are talking to me, I'll catch it. I'm just wrapping up my smaller canvas onto the bigger one here. I'll just set it back right here. Put the lens cap back on my camera because I'm not going to use this. Nobody yet. My good buddy Bruce is redesigning his art studio, so he's not going to be on for a little while. I have also, because of my cell phones and everything, I bought extra long wire, one for the Android and one for the Android, one for the iPhone. And so if I do have to talk to anybody or read the chat or something goes on, I used to have the phones here, and I just gonna plug it in right here. I have a plug unit that got 2 USBs on there. Nobody talking again. Guess you guys are all out of questions. We're on for 48 minutes so far. And I'm just looking around, make sure I pick up stuff, get rid of it. I got various. Oh yes. Yes, Paul. Yep, they do stay the same. They do. Now with rolling canvas, they don't usually come primed, so you would have to gesso them yourself. I have a bad habit of not doing that, and I should. I know better. But usually because of time constraints or whatever, it all depends on how much time I have. And if I'm thinking about it at the time, I'll prep them, everything. Now, like I said, this here is watercolor paper. They're double sheeted, so it's not going to bend, warp, or twist. Okay, when I put water on it and stuff like that, so they stay pretty much flat, pretty straight, and everything. So I don't really have to do that. Then again, it all depends on what I want to do with it, but usually I don't. I got different HDMI cables of different sizes all over the place. You wouldn't believe the length of some of these cables. I know I got some that are like 15 and 20 feet, but I would need them to stretch to all parts of this room here. So but there I got a stand right here that's taller than me that I keep here in the room. I got other ones that I take out with me if I have to do recording. Out there I got some pretty close to my height. So I mean, whatever I need to do to get the job done, I already have it here. So, you know. You just woke up from bed, Jessica. Girl, what's going on at 11 o'clock? But hello, Jessica, how are you? Okay, I still see Norcus and Denise still yucking it up over there. I'm going to put this chair back. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I need to do concerning all of this art stuff, and I don't think so. I think I got everything set, everything prepared. Now that I know how to get this done, thank goodness. I can, the next time I have to use the laptop, thinking here, since I'll be on somebody else's Zoom, I don't have to use my Epiphan. All I need is just the camera. The camera acts as a webcam, and I can just go into the studio, and I don't need my Epiphan for that. So all I need is just a laptop. And if I got to read their text, I can just swing my head and just look at what they're writing. They don't have to see me physically, see my face. So all I need is the one camera, and I'm good. I can even use this camera, and I might just use this camera. Ian was talking to me about the Logitech camera. This guy, that fella, as my main camera. I could use that as my main camera. Yeah, that wouldn't be any problem. Other than the effect of audio. Now, I got the lapel mic. The lapel mic is plugged into this camera. Quality wise, I think that my camcorder is okay. It does fine. The Logitech camera, it is super sharp. It is super clear, but also extremely light sensitive. But if I have it aimed at the board, that shouldn't be bad at all. I can easily test that out, but I gotta put it on a, actually, I had to put it on that stand there, but the problem will be audio. Okay, the camera does have a mic in it. It is in stereo, but because I talk so low, you're not really gonna hear me too great with it, which is why, once again, I use these cameras. So yeah, I see that my chat froze on my tablet. I don't think it didn't freeze on with you guys. There you go, it came back. And it's funny, on my tablet, the text comes from the bottom for anybody writing something new. On the webcaster, the text comes from the top. Okay, so I see Jessica's "Hi y'all" with the heart on it. But it's on the bottom on my tablet, but on the webcaster, it's on the top. So there's always little things you have to get used to. Each OBS has its own little nuances, you know. So it's kind of a learning curve that you sort of learn on the fly, learn on the go. So, any more questions from anybody? Any more? A lot of you hear me talk about, I have a towel on my lap. I have a towel on my lap. I wipe off the paint, towel on my lap. Well, this is the disgusting towel that I have on my lap. And as you can see, I use it a lot. Okay, yes, I do wash it. And some of the paint does come off. And what doesn't come off, it gets lighter, but it's still a big old fluffy beach towel. And yes, I do throw it in the wash. I have two of them. And the other one here is actually sitting on top of all of my brushes that I don't really use. All it does is just pads the laptop when I put it over here on the side table. So like I said, I think everything is pretty much cool. I think I'm done doing what I'm doing here. Let me put Mr. Cheer back. Like I said, in the past, I used to just stand and do this, but because of my left-handedness and the way the camera's positioned, if I stand here, because all of my equipment, my paints are over here, obviously you see that I'm in the way of the camera shot. And as I put the camera extremely on the right-hand side, then if I do that, the painting board is angled at a weird obtuse angle. Okay, so it's a weird perspective shot, and so that's not a really true representation of how to do it. So I keep the camera on my left side. I'm on the left. I put the camera more on the right side, so you see less of my head, more of the canvas at this position, instead of it being kind of skewed, and it looks like the top and the bottom edge are aiming toward a certain direction, which is in perspective, which is not cool. It just disturbs me when I see other artists. I know they're trying to get the best shot possible, but it's at that funky angle. Sometimes Bob Ross and them would do that too. Bill Alexander, it's not totally square, it's at a funky angle, so it's very disturbing to me. So I try not to put you guys through that. I try not to. Or I try to be very cognitive to where my head is. It fails sometime. It's called being human. It happens. There. I'm just placing my chair, the legs of the chair. Oh, eventually I'll make Nell happy, and we'll work on this chair and stop it from squeaking. Eventually. No promises, so there we go. Chair's back. All right. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to do anything really today, but we'll see. It all depends on how I feel. I'm just moving stuff over, preparing it in case I do want to do something. There we go. Okay, but that's pretty much the right here. That's pretty much the where you guys would see it, and I would zoom in, and that's what you guys would see every time I'm live. That's what you guys would see. Okay, and I would sit. Well, I'll put my finger there. I would sit over here off camera. Okay, but that's what you guys would look at. I do have a taped spot on the floor. I have a taped spot on the floor where I put this camera at every time. I'll adjust it an inch or two or whatever, depending on where everything is and what I plan to do, what brushes I'm going to use. So, CAD Pro came back. Hey, what's going on, boss? So I've been here almost an hour. I got 3 minutes. Okay, I may keep this up. I may not. It might be something for everybody to chuckle at for a little bit, you know. But basically, I was on here just to test my webcaster to make sure everything's cool. Like I said, it was not a Anthony issue. It's a YouTube issue that they do it every once in a while, especially here. Okay, and all I had to do really is just aim it towards the YouTube Studios. I had YouTube Studios set up a long time ago, but I didn't really need to mess with it. But now I do, and it seems to take quite well. What is the device on the right? That guy? That is a monitor. This is the headset when I'm on Zoom. This is the headset that I use that you guys can barely hear me because this is not adjustable going near my mouth. If I try to bend it, it will snap. But this is a monitor. When I do my pre-taped stuff, this is what I use. Okay. There. But that's what it is. It's just a monitor. I've got it. I got the HDMI cable right here, already ready for it. All I gotta do is plug it into this camera right here. As a matter of fact, I'll take this wire off, which is hooked to the webcaster, because this is what I'm recording, so I don't need the webcaster to record. I just turn this camera on, and I just look at myself do my painting, so I just know where the shot is, and I adjust everything right from this. But that's what that is. And yes, it has the very same flexible arms that the other one does. I can turn it and whatnot. And to power that camera, instead of plugging it in all the time, you guys don't see it in the back, but I got a setup in the back that takes one of these fellas. These are one of these old camera batteries. I bought about 4 or 5 of these things. I got the chargers for them and everything. All right, and I just pop it right back here, clicks in, it turns on, it stays on for a few hours. And when it's done, I'll just either swap it out or I'll just charge it up again. But that's what this is. Like I say, it's on an arm, which can be tilted up, down, sideways, backwards, or whatever. Okay, and that's fully functional monitor. I can turn it sideways. Right now, believe it or not, it's upside down because overuse. I popped the screw off. It broke off. So it has a setup on the top too in case stuff like that happens. So I can flip everything around. It's in the settings. I can flip the axis, the X and Y axis, which is basically horizontal and vertical, and I just flip them upside down so it looks right side up. And that's the only deal I have to do with this to get it. Another one this size, and then I got a smaller one, a 5-inch one. This one here is I think a 7 or 8-inch camera or monitor here. Then I got a smaller one, so about a 5-inch one that I put on one of my DSLRs. So, but yeah, the webcaster itself needs a monitor so you can see what you're doing and everything. It's just that my monitor for the webcaster is a 36-inch screen. Okay, so when you see me looking off to the side, I'm looking at you guys from there. That's what I'm looking at. You're typing from. Okay, so that's my monitor. Okay, so when you see me looking to the, well, for you guys, I think I'm looking to the right for you guys. I'm looking to my left, and I'm looking at the monitor. All right, but when I'm pre-recording something, that doesn't turn on because that's hooked to the webcaster, the Epiphan. All right. When I do that, I'm just hooked to this guy right here. All right. So it seems like much, but once you get accustomed to it, the format's pretty much the same. A few adjustments here and there, and then you're ready to go. Okay. Oh, I know what you were saying. I understood. Yeah, you had one heck of a surgery also. That was crazy. That's perfect. That is perfect to use an old TV for the webcaster. This TV, believe it or not, isn't, well, not really quote unquote old, but our friend got a bigger TV. And so this one was the regular TV. She had to get a bigger one because she used to look at the TV with her glasses on. I don't necessarily need these. These are just for looking at fine print, but I can actually look. The print's so big here, I don't need these. These are the reading glasses. I don't need them to drive or anything. I can't see small print anymore. It's called age. So she retired this one to, well, she retired the TV, and I just bring it over here for a monitor for the webcaster. My Apple computer uses the big Toshiba I have, and that is 48 inches, I think. But it's right directly behind the camera there. So I got the Apple machine hooked to that screen. Then I have my Windows machine, which is right next to the Apple one. That uses just a regular computer monitor. I think it's about, I don't know, it's a 17-inch monitor or something like that. Then the laptop's on the other side of that, and then my keyboards and stuff, because I got music programs that are on the all three of them. So if I had to do some music production stuff, I just hooked it up to the computer and put it on, and then do my work that way. Well, you have to take it easy. Don't do that to yourself. I mean, you're healing here. I know it's difficult to do. I know you get the painting itch, but be careful. But I kind of equate what you're doing to like football players who don't let a wound heal correctly. All right, they still want to go out there and do their thing. Chrissy Campbell did the same thing. She hurt herself pretty good, and she was still trying to do it. She'll do it until she did it until her arm bothered her, and then she had to stop. Halswina Pathus from the Netherlands, she did the same thing, had a horrible burn. They both had burns, bad ones. And they muscled through it until they couldn't take the pain anymore, and then they had to stop. And so you're doing the same thing. You're doing the same thing like they all do. But anybody who has a passion for what they do and what they love, it's like this mental block. Like, I can do it. I can do it. And I guess if I injured myself like that, I would do the same exact thing. I'm just like, hold on, I know I can do this. Wait a minute, I would. But I'm ambidextrous, so I'll just end up using my right hand. So. Okay, Norcus is gone. I can take it off the phone there. All right. Let me see if anybody contacted me. Because usually I miss them. Nothing happening there. All right. And this is pretty weird. I woke up much later than what I usually do, because I went to bed at like 5 a.m. But yep, I do understand. So I can't really get on anybody with that type of passion because I would do it, you know. Anybody would do it. Not necessarily for sports or whatever, but I mean, anything you have a passion for doing, and it just kind of burns in you to do those things, and you try to figure out a way to achieve what you want to do. So now I was born ambidextrous, so I bat like a right-hander. I tie my shoe like a right-hander because that's all I had around me to teach me. So, you know, but yeah, there's something else that I do that is right-handed. I can't think of what it is. But yeah, I do. I don't bat like a left-hander. I bat like a right-hander, and that's how I've been taught. Because they obviously didn't know how to bat left-handed to show me how, so I had to bat like a right-hander. I tie my shoes like a right-hander, you know. So, and there's something else that people called me weird for. I can't think of what it is I do, but normally, you know, if left-handers do it, they do it the left-handed way. But there was no left-handers in the family, but my dad, he wasn't around, so you know, I was taught by right-handers. So. Yeah, technically I'm a lefty too, but you know, I can write right-handed too. I don't do it anymore, but I do if I have to. But a lot of that's been over a long time ago. I used to show people when I was a kid that I could do it, but you know, it's not really nothing necessary. So I stopped doing all of that. All right. So I'm not alone. I think Chrissy Canvas is left-handed too. She's a lefty. But I see that you guys can hear me well. You guys can hear me. Everybody can see me perfectly fine. Yeah, I was going to use the Logitech camera for the main camera, but I would have audio issues, really, because even though the Webcaster does have an audio port, for some reason, they haven't perfected it, and it comes with a hum. Well, at least the unit that I have comes with a hum. Okay, and I wasn't able to ever get rid of that hum, so I don't use that audio port. I don't know if Pittsburgh uses her audio port on her Webcaster, if it has a hum or not. But I've never used mine. There's a slight hum with this. Now I have a lapel mic, but it's a battery powered one. Some of them work pretty good with the camera, some of them don't. This one here has a wee bit of a hum in it, but nothing like the Webcaster. I do have two of these. The other one does not have a hum at all, but it does have a short in it. But if I position it a certain way, there's no short and it works perfectly, no hum or anything like that. But it's in the other room. So when I had to do a voiceover, I had to use that lapel mic. All right, if nobody has anything else, I am going to sign off of here. I'm going to put my little square back because no, that is the webcam. Sorry about that. There we are. Okie dokie. That's what I was looking for. Okay. So as long as I'm in this position, you guys can see me quite brightly, as long as I don't move. All right. But everybody, be safe, be good, be well. Hopefully I'll see you tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here in New York. I'll be in the chat room, and I do believe it will be the Intimidation Mountain, which is just a big mountain, some very large pine trees, and a log cabin with some glowing lights going through the windows hitting the ground. That's what that one is. Then right after that one, I believe it's the white flower with the red edges. And then the other one is a surreal type of painting, bordering on abstract. 3 hills with mountains, with a gigantic tree in the front with some long grasses. And in the background, I think it's raining. I put it in fog and rain or whatever. So kind of abstracty, you know. Okay, Madonna. Oh yeah, loads of stuff. CAD. I'm a gear guy. That's what I do. So, all right, guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I shall see you when I see you. Take care of yourselves. All right. So, peace. Bye-bye.